Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. My name is Melissa, this is Empowered Gems Tarot, and in today's reading we're going to be looking into the month of April, an outlook of what's ahead for you, and we're going to be working with both tarot and oracle cards as well as charms and dice for this reading. This is a general collective reading on YouTube, so as you go into viewing your selected reading in a moment, just keep in mind that if anything doesn't resonate with you, that's totally normal for these general readings. A lot of people put their eyes on these videos. There's a lot of people out there in the collective watching, and so it may not resonate super specifically with every single person's individual situation out there. So if anything feels confusing or doesn't really feel like it fits your situation as you know it to be, just release it, let it go, and understand the message is likely for somebody else out there in the collective. If you did want to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is in the description box down below. Personal readings are a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal energy and situation. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and choose your reading for today. We have 3 groups to pick from. If you're drawn to group 1, we have the Awakening Genius energy. Group 2, Birds of a Feather. And group 3, the Power of Purpose. Take a deep breath. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to make your choice. Once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Awakening Genius card, this is going to be your message for the month of April. So we're going to begin with your oracle and tarot portion of the reading, and then we'll also be adding in charms and dice, which will be timestamped in the description box down below in case you like to skip ahead to that piece. So let's see what other overall energies we have for you this month. We have Journey. And we have the Moon in Aries, first house energy, and this says protection. All right, group 1, overall energies. Well, this Awakening Genius card is really beautiful because this is talking about you guys maybe creating something or awakening to some sort of a new innovative idea this month. And not only does it talk about awakening to your intellect, your brilliance, it also talks about understanding and knowing that your ideas are important and they are valuable, right? I don't know why, but I feel like for some of my group 1 viewers, I'm getting this energy of feeling like maybe you don't always feel seen or recognized, or like maybe your ideas or thoughts aren't always important or acknowledged. And this month, there's going to be something around that coming through for you. There's something about you guys going on a journey too, right? So you guys could be traveling this month. You could be taking a trip that's helping to inspire you in some way. The journey doesn't necessarily always have to talk about travel and moving, though. It can also just talk about, going on an adventure, like a metaphorical adventure, right? And so this could tie back to whatever is awakening for you mentally and creatively this month. It's more like a spiritual journey for some of you. Now, this Moon in Aries in the first is kind of interesting, right? Because there's something that I feel like you guys are very passionate about with Aries, something that is uniquely about you or uniquely yours. And you get a lot of emotional security and safety and resonance out of whatever this is. And it could be connected to this creative thing here or this travel thing here. But there's a sense of wanting to protect it, wanting to defend it, wanting to guard it. You guys could just be generally focusing on protecting your energy this month, protecting your peace. And, Aries energy in the first house, it's like we're moving in a more self-first sort of space, right? Like we're not necessarily always worrying about other people in this energy. It's more of the focus on self, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Context will be important here. I think there's also maybe a connect to inner child stuff with this too, because I'm noticing the two little kids that are here in this card. So let's continue, group one. Let's get into the tarot to see what other insight we can get here. The Chariot. The Moon. The Five of Cups. And then Judgment. There's an undertone of you guys kind of being in a life review place, right? Like, I almost feel like you're wanting to get out of something. You see how they're pulling him out of that little, that little hole down there, and he has all his friends around him. This could be very much connected to like people that you're around and whether or not they're helping you or not, group one. Although I feel like for a lot of you guys, you do have support around you. People trying to help you or pull you metaphorically out of something here. I feel like you guys are just in a space this month with the Chariot where you're on a path, you're going somewhere, but I feel like there's still indecision about what the right direction or pacing really is. And the reason that I'm saying that is because look at the two characters we have pulling this Chariot. We have Eeyore and Rabbit. One is going to be a more slow moving energy. One is a more fast paced energy. And you know what's really interesting? I don't know, this is just coming to me, but I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the analogy that's out there around Winnie the Pooh and how there's a theory that the different characters represent different types of mental health struggles. Eeyore being depression and Rabbit being anxiety, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. So I wonder if there's kind of a fluctuation here for some of you between feeling a little lower in mood and then feeling a little anxious or activated in mood and having that kind of affect your progress. And with the Moon energy here, this can also talk about mental health challenges. And we also have the Five of Cups, which can be, you know, feeling sad or disappointed or grieving something here. It's like all the honey is gone and he's stuck in this hole now, right? So, You're going somewhere, you're going places, but I just think that there is something that you're not seeing fully clearly just yet, group one. The Moon, you know, it's definitely can talk about like mental health challenges. It can also talk about things like addictions. But if that doesn't really apply to your story and your situation, the Moon can sometimes talk about our fears, right? Our fears and the things that our subconscious is sort of suppressing. We don't fully understand why we're afraid, but there's something about it that feels off or feels a little scary to us, right? And so I'm inclined to say that I think there's just something that you guys might not be seeing fully clearly here with your situation this month. Or there might just be some general ambiguity around things that you're having to navigate here. Let's keep going, group one. Let's keep going. Claircognizance. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Claircognizance, you guys, stands for clear knowing. So I think with the Moon being here, like sometimes there are deceptive energies about when the Moon is there. And I think what Spirit is guiding you to do is to trust what you know. Trust your intuition, right? The Moon is very deeply connected to intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. And I think a lot of you guys probably already know that something is off, or you know what something truly is this month, but there might be an escape that you're getting out of it or something like a smoke screen here, if that makes sense. We have take your power back. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So stepping into power is key. I think just knowing that you have more control over the situation than you might realize that you do, group one. Like if you've fallen down into this hole, you've got people that'll pull you out, right? You have people that will help you. You might just need to ask them. Let's see. So we're going to do one card for love, one card for career, and then we're going to get into charms to get a little bit more specifics here. Love life for group one this month, please, Spirit. Okay. We have air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there could be a significant air sign that you're dealing with this month. This also is the energy of communication, right? Listening, thinking through things. So some of this fear or anxiety that you guys are experiencing could be connected to a love interest or a relationship in your life. We do also have guardian, a lost loved one watches over you. So that flew out for somebody. So if some of you guys have someone who's transitioned over, I just heard recently transitioned maybe for some of you. So there could be somebody that you're thinking about who's passed that's watching over you this month. And you might be able to pull some clarity around your situation by thinking about this person and thinking about them or their situation or their advice that they would likely give you. We also have give it time, everything in divine timing, let things flow. So it just could be a month where not everything is meant to be fully known yet, group one. Just go with the flow. Don't force anything. Feel your way through it. Okay. Let's take a look at career next. Energies for career for group one this month, please, Spirit, month of April. We have renewal. You need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and break through. So taking a break, taking some rest, I think will be very important. That could be the trip or the journey that you guys are going on this month. Maybe you're driving somewhere like short distance so that you can like zen out a little bit. Maybe getting out into nature, maybe going somewhere cold could be significant. We also have offerings. You will be offered a new position or investment opportunity. Think about it and research it carefully before accepting. So it seems like you guys might have, I feel like there's an undertone of you guys having some sort of an offer coming through here. Maybe that's part of what's draining you guys a bit this month is like your work could be. Because again, the Judgment card is life review, right? It's like I'm looking at my whole entire life, my career, my love life, my relationships, my finances, like everything you can think of. And you're asking like, am I on the right path? So it feels like it's pretty big this month, group one, which I can understand why you'd be feeling a little kind of stressed when you think of the bigness of everything. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clear all of our cards off, and then we're going to see what additional detail we can get for you with the charms. Okay, group one, I'm really curious to see what we can drill down into for you because I felt like your situation was a bit big. A bit like all-encompassing of everything. So let's take a look, group one. What else do we need to know about April, Spirit? Okay. All right. Some charms. All right. One. Where do I want to start here? The first thing that I would say is that there's something kind of coming full circle for you in your financial flow this month. And you have the unicorn here. So just be really mindful, you guys, of, thinking about that moon. Be mindful of self-deception or escapism as it pertains to spending, right? The moon is full moon, just kind of means like this situation with money is coming to a head. Can also talk about celebrating achievements or conducting some self-reflection here. Now, there is a beautiful pearl here under your career and business matters, as well as the letter S, it looks like. So that could be someone's initials of significance, but there's some wisdom that you're gaining through your career and business matters this month, or you're learning to make wise choices and decisions in career and business, which might be closing out any chapters that have been difficult with finances, where maybe we haven't been as aware of things, or we've been kind of in a more dreamy state with finances, not paying grounding ourselves or paying full attention to the things we need to pay attention to, right? The playing cards under your well-being talk about faded energies, right? And so I do feel like whatever you guys are going through this month, with all those like moon cards and all the things that we saw, this could be just a faded energy that you're guided to work through for some higher purpose, right? And maybe it has to do coming back to this awakening genius, something that's helping you guys to realize your potential, to realize your creativity, to realize the value in your thoughts and your voice, right? You guys have a little heart here. That's kind of cute. So there could be, I also am seeing a significant partnership, maybe a relationship here. The heart talks about self-love and romance. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are dealing with someone this month. But again, remember the message of give it time and just allowing things to unfold in divine timing, not forcing something to go faster than it needs to. Let's see. In your social life, you guys have some energy. Social life and others, you've got some interesting energy. So you've got introspective energy here with the number 7. You've got this button, which talks about securing and pushing through something. And then you have an X. So I wonder if some of you guys are taking a time out from other people this month. And I did kind of see that, even though you guys seem to have people around that are helpful, I feel like there's an energy in your tarot cards of wanting to spend time alone, right? Maybe there's some ex-friends or ex-group of people that there's something here where you kind of need to push through the situation. But ultimately, there's some sort of reflection here for you around your social life and your relationships with other people, with groups. I'm hearing like some of you, there's been a situation where maybe you feel like you've had to push something or force something. And there's reflection here about why, like where that energy comes from and why you were kind of put in that position. Now, in home and family matters, you guys have a cup and you also have the Queen of Swords. So this cup talks about love, feelings, and relationships. So this could be connected to that partnership of significance for some of you. But in matters of home and family, private matters, I do see the energy of love and emotion here. But it's interesting with this Queen of Swords because the Queen of Swords talks about discernment and setting boundaries. Some of you guys could be setting a boundary with a partner that you live with, a loved one that you live with, a family member this month, going into a situation with an open heart, but also keeping your wits about you, staying discerning and staying sharp through the situation. Closing us out, we have the letter F coming up here under advice. So forgive just popped into my mind, but that may not be relevant for all of you. We didn't really get messages that talked about forgiveness, but that could pertain to some. There could be an initial of significance for somebody here that makes sense for you for advice. But yeah, it's just like you guys have a little bit of everything popping up this month. It's like I see you reviewing social life and others. I see you reviewing financial and money matters. I see you guys going through something with your well-being this month. There's something about setting boundaries with family, and then there's a new love opportunity or an existing love opportunity. So it's kind of like the Judgment card. You guys have a little bit of everything going on. And I definitely see there's like this sort of core theme of spirit guiding you to change certain things with your finances, with your career, with your home life, right? With your social life and others. There's like a through line that I see of how we're showing up in these spaces and evaluating and doing something different to get a better result. So very interesting energy, group one. Please comment below and let me know a little bit about what you guys have planned for the month of April. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey group two, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Birds of a Feather card, this is going to be your message for the upcoming month of April. So we will begin by looking into your Oracle and Tarot cards, and then we'll jump into charms and dice. That portion will be timestamped below in case any of you guys like to skip ahead a little bit sooner to that one. So looking at the rest of your overall energies, we also have the woman holding a heart. And we've got the fourth house, Sun in Cancer, resourcefulness. Okay, beautiful energies. So your fourth house is lit up by the sun this month, group two. You don't have a group four in this one. So fourth house has to do with home and family and your private life. I feel like there's something connected to family this month. And if it's not family, it has to do with belonging and groups. And that can apply, with this Birds of a Feather card being here as well, because that's kind of what this is about. Birds of a feather, it's like connecting with people that we fit in with, belonging, feeling like we have a place, right? And so there is something that's coming up here where that is being lit up for you within the realm of the fourth house. So again, home, family, private matters. There's definitely a sense with this woman holding a heart and this Cancer energy that's here, that emotions and how other people are feeling and how you're feeling are going to be of the utmost importance this month. So if you're making any decisions, I think it'll be more emotionally guided versus logic guided. And resourcefulness is an interesting word to be there, right? So there might be an element of having to be really smart about our emotional resources, how much we're giving, how much we're receiving. Resourcefulness as it pertains to our home, our living situation. Let's continue. What else for group two, please, Spirit? Five of Cups. Ace of Swords. The Sun, how beautiful. And then we have an Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So beautiful new golden opportunities coming in with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So I see you guys kind of starting off the beginning of the month, maybe not feeling like you're in the best place, right? The Five of Cups can talk about grief. It can talk about loss, regrets, right? Being in a place where we feel kind of sad or just sort of low energy in terms of our emotions. And I'm wondering if you're actually like spending a lot of time inside in the beginning of the month of April, group two, because you can see he's like here. He ate all of his honey. Well, he didn't eat all of it. There's still two pots behind him, but he's kind of fixating on this one pot that's empty and he wants more, but he's like deep in this hole, right? So you guys could be with the fourth house spending a lot of time in private. Spirit is so shady because I just heard the word, I'm not saying you guys are doing this, but I heard the word wallowing pop into my head. There could be an element of that for some of you, right? Take it as it resonates. But the point of the Five of Cups, the message, the lesson in the Five of Cups is that there's always something that you can salvage from a situation. So fixating on the things that have gone wrong are only going to keep you feeling sad and bummed out, right? but there's still something left, resourcefulness, right? There's still something left that you can get out of the situation. There is still something positive that's here that you can be focusing your energy on, which will help you be more productive. And I see you guys coming out of this with this Ace of Swords, right? The Ace of Swords, clarified by this birds of a feather, it makes me feel like there's a person in your life, a friend, maybe this woman holding a heart, someone either in your friend group or your family, or like a friend that feels like family, who is helping you to look at things a little bit differently, right? The Ace of Swords can talk of light bulb moments, aha moments, when we're like, oh, I never thought of it like that before. I'm also drawn to the fact that this sword has a crown on it, which connects to sovereignty and owning your power, right? And so it's like this friend gives you this little thought, this little aha moment in the form of this metaphorical sword, and you're taking that help and it's helping you to feel like you're back in your power, right? Because maybe you didn't look at it that way before, but you're looking at it a different way now that's more empowering for you. Coming up with this sun to round us out, this is a beautiful energy, right? So there's an energy here of happiness, harmony, joy, warmth coming through, clarified here by this woman holding a heart. This could be your energy that you're exuding as we end the month of April. This could also be this friend, right? Somebody significant who's connected to family, the heart space, warmth, relationship cultivation, all of that coming through with the sun. Some of you guys might be hanging out with friends a lot or family as you end the month of April, feeling really happy and positive and feeling good about things. You have this undertone here as well of the Ace of Pentacles. So it's also like as soon as you guys come outside, there's more opportunity available for you than you realize. I think where you're at, whether you're literally inside or not, I feel like a lot of you guys are, but whether you're literally inside or not, staying in this little hideout you're missing opportunities here. The Ace of Pentacles can talk about a new opportunity to invest in something, a new opportunity to build something. This could be like a job opportunity. It could be an investment. It could be a lot of different things. But notice that it's when he is outside that the opportunity is here for him to cultivate, right? So let's see, group 2. What else does Spirit want you to know about this month? What else, Spirit? Okay, we have 2. So we've got breathe. This says take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. I think this is very much where we're starting off at the beginning of the month, group 2, right? And so maybe you're taking some much needed time to just take a break, rest, focus on your mental health, focus on, like your own energy for a bit. And we have comfort. I'm with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So there may be some like really legitimate sadness or heartbreak energy that you guys are navigating through, but just know that Spirit is supporting you through this time. Your angels, your ancestors, your guides, they're with you, supporting you during this time. And look at this. Hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. That's so beautiful, group 2. Sometimes easier said than done, but I'm wondering if that's where things are feeling sad for you in the beginning of this month, okay? Whoever you're thinking about, they're with you and they want you to know that they're okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, one moment. All right, group 2. Sorry, I had to pause because I dropped this deck and it was like all over the floor. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know about your love life this month. We have honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. So maybe that's where this birds of a feather energy is coming in. Maybe you guys are going to some sort of a celebratory event for a friend this month. Maybe you guys are traveling this month. Maybe you're going to a wedding this month. A lot of that stuff falls into that fourth house, right? Some sort of a family connected event for you where you're going to be getting out a little bit. And I really feel like this could be what's happening with the sun, where there's a lot of joy. But the other thing, group 2, is like really as soon as you guys start talking to people and then getting out of the house, you're going to start feeling better. Okay. Let's look at career and then we'll get into charms. Career for group 2 this month, please, Spirit. We have independence. It's time to go out on your own and create your own business or try something well outside of your comfort zone. Beautiful. So some of you guys could be working for yourself, working more independently this month. Maybe that insight is coming from a friend, but again, connected here to this Ace of Pentacles. Once you guys start talking to people that are like-minded, get out a little bit, network a little bit, there's a golden opportunity here for you for the taking. So I'm definitely curious to drill down into your charms next, group 2, because I want to see which of these themes we can get more specifics into. So we'll be right back with those. All right, group 2. So let's start off with your dice and then we'll do charms and we'll just see what other insights we can get for you about the month of April. All right. So we've got Libra energy here. Ooh. Relationship energy coming through for some of you guys. Partnership energy. Let's see what else we get. What else for group 2 this month, please, Spirit? Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Let's see what we've got going on. All right, group 2. So where should we begin? Let's kind of start over here with your relationship sort of section of the chart. So we've got the wand here. So there's definitely some excitement coming in with one-on-one relationships or partnerships or love. You've got the star, which talks of dream fulfillment. And you guys also have the cross, which can talk about sacrifices or hardships, but also unconditional love. So this is beautiful. This is basically telling me that there is somebody in your life that you guys have a relationship with, whether romantic or otherwise. It could be that woman holding a heart, right? Where there's unconditional love here and support, but also excitement and life force energy, which is so, so beautiful. The wand talks about the ego, spirituality, and creativity. So this could also be a creative partnership for some of you. You guys have the waxing gibbous moon next to that under the social life and others. So this is interesting because this card, this this moon in particular talks about learning new things. And remember we had that Ace of Swords directly under the birds of a feather. So as you guys are getting out there and connecting with other people, whether it's this partnership energy or just other people in your social circle or network, you're learning something new that's helping to shift your perspective on something that maybe has left you feeling a bit disappointed as you're entering into the month of April. Now, you guys have some very interesting energy over here with home and family that I want to touch on because there were some themes from your cards that are coming through. So we have this key, okay? The key talks about unlocking something, specifically spiritual knowledge for some of you. So it's interesting this comes up with home and family because that was what came up here with this fourth house. So there is something connected to your home and family matters, your ancestors, maybe that's what this is about, that is unlocking some sort of spiritual insight and knowledge for you. It might be bringing attention to things that are threats or things that are deep beneath the surface that need to be addressed. It's also helping you guys with this crown to step into your power, to step into your sovereignty, right? Like it feels like there's something beneath the surface here spiritually for a lot of you guys as it connects to home and family where there's something in the shadows that's kind of like needing to be addressed here. Because whatever it is, it makes you guys feel powerless. more powerless than you are. Okay. There's some sort of new beginning or fresh start energy coming through with health and well-being as well, with the strawberry being here. This talks about spring. So there, you know, we are heading into spring. So maybe you're making some changes to health and well-being for spring, or some sort of new fresh energy being welcomed in. And with the Christmas tree here, this is like pure joy, right? So there's something with that sun card and this birds of a feather card where you're going to be connecting more with people, learning new things, connecting in a one-on-one relationship. All of this is going to be enhancing and boosting your well-being this month, group 2. Allowing for some sort of fresh start or new beginning here. Spirit is just kind of guiding you guys to be cautious when it comes to your spending this month. We have the skull and crossbones, and then we have the little bird, right? So birds talk about communication and messages. I feel like you're going to get some news connected to your finances, or get some communication or have communication related to finances. And this just talks about being cautious. So just watch your spending, watch your bank account. Make sure that you're cutting through anything that feels confusing or ambiguous when it comes to your money this month, group 2. But overall, this is a really beautiful month ahead for you guys. Looks like you have some really interesting spiritual lessons that you're going to be moving through. Definitely excited to hear from you guys about the love and partnership energy. So comment below. Let me know how this resonates. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Power of Purpose card, this will be your message for the upcoming month of April. So we're going to begin by looking into your Oracle and Tarot cards, and then we're going to transition into charms and dice, which will be timestamped below in case you guys like to skip ahead to that part at all. So let's take a look at the rest of your overall energies. We have indecision here. And then we've got, what is this? Saturn in Cancer in the 4th house, charity. Okay, group 3. All right, so I feel like a lot of you guys are at a crossroads this month with something in your life with this indecision energy. There's maybe a couple paths that you could take. There's a situation at hand where you're like, oh, I don't know what the right path is. And I think the way that you guys are going to be unlocking the right path and making the right choice all comes down to purpose, right? So getting clear about who you are authentically, what motivates you, what's your intention behind doing what you're doing, right? Like the power of purpose, it makes me feel like there's a need this month for you guys to be highly intentional about the choices and decisions that you're making, and really ensuring that what you do is aligned to a higher calling or aligned to your values, right? I'm going to read to you guys what this card talks about, just the summary. So the power of purpose, individuation, seeing your unique place in the world, a clear sense of authentic purpose, healthy self-esteem, letting go of conditioning, and celebrating your uniqueness. You be you. Okay, so there's something I think that's challenging you guys with this a little bit because of this Saturn in the 4th house. So some of you guys might have a lot of responsibility when it comes to home and family matters. Maybe some of you guys take care of people that you are related to, or you have children. Maybe you just have a lot of responsibility within that general realm. For others of you, there could be some conditioning from family with Saturn here. Like maybe there's some sort of strictness or restriction that you guys experienced leading up to this point or in childhood that is connected to the way you view yourself, right? And so that could be what's making you feel a little bit like, okay, I want to be authentic. I want to take this path, but there's sort of a 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not being sure about how to move forward. Now, Saturn in the 4th doesn't have to be a bad thing. What it really lends to is that you guys are stepping up into more maturity in that area or becoming more responsible in that area. Let's look at the tarot for clarification here, group 3. What else does group 3 need to know about this upcoming month ahead, Spirit? We have the Page of Pentacles. The Emperor. And then we have Precious Friends, which is the Lovers. That is so cute. Oh, and then we have Bravery here. That is so cute. I just love this deck. It's so adorable. This is a card that's not typically in the tarot. It's special, unique to this deck. So yeah, there's like an undertone of you guys doing something different, being courageous here. And this card, it's not lost on me that this number 23, this comes right after the World, right? The conclusion card in the tarot. So it makes me feel like whatever decision you guys are making, it's going to require bravery. It's going to require you stepping out of a comfort zone and really embracing a new beginning or a new path, because you know that it's more aligned with your purpose. We have the 8 of Swords here. So there is some sort of mental sort of block that's keeping you guys a little bit stuck. But I see progress. The Page of Pentacles tells me that early this month, you guys are kind of coming into the month of April being curious, learning, right? Maybe you have planted some seeds already and you are in the process of learning how to cultivate those seeds, right? You're learning about the things that you need to do to be successful in whatever area it is that you're trying to cultivate. The Emperor card coming up is really interesting because we were talking about inner child stuff, and we see this Emperor is little Christopher Robin, and he's not doing a very Emperor thing, right? He's just kind of sitting there fishing, relaxing. I just kind of wonder if this is something that you guys wish for. Like you want to have more structured relaxation or a more relaxed sort of existence in your life, right? The Emperor is heavy. It's heavy energy. It kind of connects to the Saturn that I was seeing, right? Like the Emperor is somebody who's in a position of authority. There's somebody who has a lot of responsibility. They carry a lot, and they, you know, they can sometimes be a little bit cold, but I don't feel like that's you. I feel like you guys want the responsibility, but I feel like you look at it differently, right? Where you want the structure, you want the stability, but you also want to build in more intentional time to do other things that bring you pleasure and joy. You guys may have a friend here as well, a divine connection with the Lovers, somebody who, there's the owl here. This could be somebody who's got wisdom, who sort of watches over you from a distance, but maybe there's somebody that you're being able to connect to that helps you navigate your ultimate decision that you're looking to make this month, group 3. Let's keep going. What else for group 3 this month, please, Spirit? Prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. I feel like you guys might be investing a little bit this month as well, right? Like the Page of Pentacles, I'm noticing all the little plants that are starting to sprout. I feel like there could be something connected to money this month as well, where you're starting off on like an investment journey or some sort of new way to cultivate income. So that feels connected to that. But prosperity doesn't necessarily have to mean just money, right? There's something big here with purpose and this indecision that you guys are kind of on the precipice of this month. And that card is really talking about following your intuition, right? In order to know the best path for you. So let's continue, group 3. We're going to look at love, and then we'll look at career, and then we'll get into your charms. Love life for group 3 this month, please, Spirit. Okay. We have Mercury retrograde. This says electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. It did play out in reverse. So there could be a situation with somebody here. We have give it time, everything in divine timing, right? There might be something here. You know, as I'm finishing up recording this video, we're still in a Mercury retrograde. So maybe there was something connected to the retrograde for some of you with love that caused some delays or like communication issues with someone. I do feel like you're coming out of that in April, but there's still that undertone where Spirit is saying, give it some time, right? Don't force the situation. Okay, let's look at a career card for you guys. Career for group 3 this month, Spirit. You guys, for some of you, you might be looking into how you can get assistance when it comes to home. So that could be significant. Maybe if you're looking to move or relocate, there's an application or something you can apply for, a contract that would give you some support when it comes to your living situation. Maybe you're doing research around that this month. We have wish come true. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expected. No worries, it's just what you need. That is so beautiful. Ooh, and then we have connections. Build bridges between people. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. So there's networking energy here with career. And I think you're getting some sort of new opportunity with the Page of Pentacles, where maybe it's something small, maybe it's not like the full thing that you need right now, but it is a step in the right direction for you guys, putting you on that path to prosperity here. So what we're going to do next, group 3, is I'm going to clear these cards off and we're going to move into your charms. I'm very curious to see what additional detail we can get on this situation for you. All right, group 3, let's go ahead and get into your dice first, and then we'll get into charms. So what else does group 3 need to know still about the upcoming month of April? All right, so we have, ooh, little sword here in the center. Let's move these guys off. And charms, Spirit for group 3, month of April. Should they know? Let's see. This is here. Okay. Well, with the sword coming up here in the very center of the board, there's something here that you guys are getting some clarity on. So the sword specifically talks about personal beliefs and ambitions. So it's kind of interesting, right? I think this very much ties into the power of the purpose. Because your next move, it ultimately is going to come down to your being intentional and being authentic to who you are. So what is it that you believe? What are your goals? And so the heart of this is about you guys getting clarity on what that is moving forward for all aspects of life, not just one area in particular here, right? The power of the purpose. So we'll start, well, you guys have a lot of energy. Let's start up here with career. So you guys have the number 3. This talks about creative expression. So some of you guys might be doing something for work this month where you get to be creative. You get to express yourself creatively. And then you've got the swan here with finances and wealth. So the swan can talk about loyalty, I believe. I'm just going to double check. Loyalty, and I was also thinking of partnerships too. So there could be something connected to a partner, like a business partner or somebody that you guys work with, like a financial advisor. Maybe that's where that Page of Pentacles is coming from, with that energy of like Saturn in the 4th. There could be somebody here, I feel, for some of you guys who is loyal to you when it comes to money. Money matters. If not, watch for that, right? As you're interacting with people this month, watch for loyalty when it comes to your financial stuff. Now, in the area of health and well-being, you guys have a few things here. So you've got this little navigation helm. So you're kind of navigating something here, but it's partnered with the crown. And the crown in particular talks about honor and respect, which is really beautiful. So whatever you guys are going through with your well-being, you're doing it with your crown on, metaphorically. And I feel like with the Q, you guys are asking a lot of questions. This is also giving me queen energy, right? Navigating through health matters, navigating through advocating for your personal well-being in queen energy, sovereign energy, boldness, not being afraid to stand up for yourself if you need to, right? And that doesn't necessarily have to be a health thing, you guys. It could just be like there are things in your environment where you require a certain level of treatment, and I see you guys navigating through that by standing in your power, okay? We have some really beautiful energy here connected to home. So we've got the elephant, which talks about community, and then we have this little treble clef, which I think talks about being in harmony here. Yes, being in sync, being in harmony. So you guys might be really in sync with members of your community, whether it's like family or people in your neighborhood. There's like a social energy that I'm getting connected to home and family here, which is really beautiful. People that live in close proximity to you, people that you feel sort of a deep emotional harmony and resonance with, and especially with it coming up with family, I feel like it could be relatives for a lot of you, or if not, friends or a community that feel like family. Okay. So you guys have a seashell here. The seashell talks about beauty. This is under spirit and self. Ooh, okay. Maybe some of you guys are doing some beautification treatments here, but it is partnered with Uranus. So there's something like kind of unique and rebellious that you guys are doing. Like maybe with your physical appearance, you're like getting your hair done or getting a piercing, or you're doing something connected to beauty that's a little bit unexpected this month. We have the letter F here as well. Something with your face, maybe? Maybe some of you guys are getting like, I don't know, some sort of beauty treatment that would be shown on your face. There's a lot of things that could be. Now, if you're not, if you haven't thought about it, group 3, just make sure that you think it through before you make any really drastic changes, right? Because Uranus is really impulsive. It could be like, I'm doing that. It's like something we just kind of either don't expect, or we make like a very quick decision that changes things very drastically. So just think things through before you make any big changes to your physical appearance this month. But I do see that energy present here for you. Now, we also have the cross here. This is coming up under advice and guidance. So the cross has a few things connected to it. So it talks of unconditional love. It talks about unconditional love, hardships, and forgiveness, okay? So there could be an energy here of needing to forgive or needing to practice unconditional love as you're navigating relationships. I do see you guys feeling like really good and really harmonious here with home and family. And so maybe that energy of unconditional love is helping you to maintain harmony within the home space and within your community relationships this month. Okay, this, I'm also kind of getting a connect back to Saturn, right? Because we had Saturn in the 4th coming through here. And this is the thing about Saturn, you guys, is that Saturn does feel restricted sometimes, but it's very much about delayed gratification, right? Where you aren't just giving yourself the thing that you want impulsively, right? It's helping you to become more responsible, specifically in this area of home and family matters, and maybe even your private emotional well-being with Cancer being here. So there might be something about you guys being disciplined this month as well as your advice, and taking a more slow, pragmatic, high standards approach to something that you're doing, because you know that it's going to bear out rewards for you later down in time. So I hope that this resonated for you, group 3. Comment below. Let me know what you guys have planned for the month of April. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye.